Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak Up Sis right here on the Speak Up Sis page. If you are watching via Facebook, hey, make sure that you follow us on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, hey, make sure you click the subscribe button and join our Speak Up Sis community. We got some good stuff going on here. Welcome back to the 31 Days of Everyday Woman series, Refuse to Be Silent. This month is almost over, y'all. I can't even believe it. But we're almost done. But we do have a few women remaining who have some pretty awesome moments to share with you in their lives when they refuse to be silent. For those of you who may be new to the space, maybe this is your first time catching one of these. For the month of March, since it's Women's History Month, I decided to honor everyday women, women who make history every single day by sharing her story and refusing to be silent. And so I asked 31 women to join me in this space and share about 15 minutes worth of a moment in their life when they decided that, I'm just going to refuse to be silent. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to stand up. And they've been doing that all month, and it has been amazing. If you would like to see the previous women share, you can just go to speakupsis.com, and the videos are right there on the homepage. You can watch them at your leisure. But today we've got another beautiful woman. I know her. She actually will be considered a big sis of mine. And I am just honored that she's a part of the Speak Up Sis community, and even more blessed that she said yes to sharing with you all today. So I'll introduce her in just a moment. Before you get to meet her, I would like to thank our sponsor for today, Mama Goose Podcast. You can check out the Mama Goose show on YouTube. Hear real talk, straight up, no chaser about life, love, motherhood, parenting, pain, spirituality, and simply maneuvering through the trials and tribulations that are sure to come your way in life. If you'd like to be a guest on the Mama Goose show, you can send an email to iamMamaGoose@gmail.com. And there is a link in the post to the YouTube channel so that you can actually watch Mama Goose. Valerie Champion is the host of Mama Goose show, and she's amazing. Please make sure that you support her. Go follow her YouTube channel and take a look at Mama Goose show. Thank you so much for sponsoring today. Now, let's go ahead and meet the woman of the hour. How are you doing?
Hey, everybody. How you doing? I first want to thank Angel for allowing me this space today and encouraging me because I do. She inspires me, even though I'm the big sis, but she inspires me a lot, and I'm very grateful for her and all that she does on this platform. And glad to be here.
I appreciate you. Listen, I'm gonna move out of the way and I'm gonna let you have the floor. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
So, hello everyone. I'm Regina, and I just want to share a little bit today. 2 points about knowing your worth. Um, Personally, I want you to go back just a little bit. Imagine a little girl that was very happy and excited about everything, about life, and just kind of bouncing off. She was a little tomboyish, but she was just a happy child overall until trauma started to hit her life. Early on, her mom died when she was 5 years old, and so many other things happened along the way to where she kind of shut down internally and wouldn't speak very much. She always would just shuck her shoulders or say things like, I don't care. And that really agitated a lot of people. And this happened and went on for a while until eventually I had to, that little girl who is who grew up to be a woman, had to learn how to speak for herself. So I want to tell you a little bit about that. As I was growing up, I was always expected to do certain things, always expected to be the one who would do and follow the rules, and just had so many expectations on my life that it was hard to keep up with, but nobody knew that I was struggling with all of that. And then I encountered other things that made my self esteem go down, like, you're always the dark skinned girl, or you're the thicker one of the bunch, all kinds of things like that. So life went on, and then I decided to get married. And that's when reality hit, that I have to learn how to speak up. Just to share a little bit about that experience, um, I married who I thought was going to be my Prince Charming. I was just going to have this life that I had imagined in my head. I never was one of the girls that always wanted to get married. Just grew up being the princess wedding and all of that stuff. But after I got older, I did want to spend my life with someone. And so, therefore, when I got married, everything was good. It started off just fine, and then again, trying to be the people pleaser, always wanting to do the right thing. And so, as things went on and progressed, um, I don't know how you guys know, but growing up, I saw abuse in my family, that happened to some of my family members, and I always said to myself that that wouldn't happen to me, not me. I don't know how they take that, but you never know what you're gonna do in a situation. So here I am in a marriage, and in this marriage, it became to the point where I was totally miserable, and so was he. But before all of that, let me back up and just tell you. So I would do things, just being my normal self, go to church, that was a problem. Stay too long at work, that was a problem. Everything was being accusatory, of something. Always, there was always drama, as you would say, in that aspect. And so, as we worked on things, it became emotional, and then name calling, and then it became mental, and then one day it became physical. And when that physical, I still was in denial. I still kept blaming myself, like, what am I doing wrong? And even crying out to God and asking, change me, show me what to do that's better, um, to appease Him. And then I kept going through this cycle that I couldn't tell anybody. I felt totally alone, because people expected things of me again. And so there goes in the fact that I felt like I couldn't reach out to my family, that I couldn't reach out to his family or anyone. So, and I didn't want to just tell my close friends because I didn't know what they were going to expect of me either. And when I did try to speak up sometimes, then it was to the point where, what are you doing? Or go get your husband back, because there was a time that we actually separated, and I was told by family members, go get your husband back. And but they didn't know all the details, and I was afraid to tell them the details because two reasons. What would people say? And then secondly, I didn't want to disgrace his name either. And so I was caught up in a hard place. And time went on. The the thing that actually broke it all is when, one day we were riding, in a car, and I don't even remember how it all started. But what happened was that, somehow, I got hit, and you like, how do you not know? Because we were talking and having a conversation, and then the next thing I know, I got hit. I didn't really feel it, but I looked down and I saw blood, and I was like, "Where is this blood coming from?" And it was coming from me. It was coming from my mouth. And so he proceeded to just go and park the car at his mother's house. He got out of the car, walked into the house, left me in the car, here I am bleeding and not sure, what's really going on. And so I had to drive myself to the emergency room. And I don't know if you know about it much, but if you don't get to the emergency room in enough time, sometimes they can't stitch you up. And so I called myself was going to go home. I didn't want anybody to see me like that. So I had to clean myself up and trying to fix it myself. And then something told me, go to the emergency room. I went to the emergency room and I still was trying to cover up the truth. I was afraid to speak it. The nurse knew that I didn't do that myself. She knew I didn't have an accident. She could tell. The doctor knew. So here it comes. Now they want to bring in the police. And I'm begging, like, don't do it. Don't write it up, please. I won't if it happens again. And just the same old story. So at that moment, I had to figure out, what am I worth? Am I worth this? That I'm literally covering up, lying, just putting things in another perspective so that it doesn't look bad for him or myself, being totally ashamed. And even when my family members saw me, y'all, I had a busted lip, had to be stitched up, several stitches across my mouth, and I still said that I had an accident, a car accident, and not the truth. Even though the incident happened in the car, I am still claiming it as a car accident and not the truth that he hit me and busted my lip. So all of this happened and I still was covering things up. And as time goes on, we split, have a separation, we come back together, we try it again, and it never got really any better. But in the course of that, I was being pushed down from wanting to go to school and get other degrees because then something would be wrong with me then because I would think I know too much, or I would go get some other person that was smarter than him, all kinds of complications. And then this thing happened. I got pregnant, and I got pregnant several times. And that brought me to another low place because every time that I tried to carry a child, I could never carry it full term. So I was brought down farther and farther. My esteem was going lower and lower, but I had to put on this front in the public and hurting so badly on the inside and not having anyone to really express that to because of that's what kind of person I am, private, and I didn't want to really tell anybody, and I don't advocate for that. I think that everybody should find somebody that they can rely on. And as I went through that, and then I had to go to the hospital, and to think that a person that you're carrying their child and won't even go to the hospital with you, I had to wake up. I had to finally decide that this enough is enough, and that this person is not happy with me. They don't care about me, and I need to care about myself. And that's when I started speaking out. I started telling some things and telling the truth about um, what was really going on and why. But after I had gone through all of that, and he wouldn't allow me to adopt because he said, you want to adopt, you can adopt on your own. And so I'm still married to you. So, of course, I wasn't going to do that. And to sum it all up, so it came to a point in my life that I had to make a lot of hard decisions, no matter what other people thought about and what they said about me. I had to do what was best for me. So, what really brought it to light is when I had a major surgery, and he didn't spend not one night in the hospital with me. When I got home, he did bring me home. He did take me to the surgery. But when I got home, um, we got into a conversation, and then what happened was that he left, and that was the final draw. And I didn't care anymore, and I didn't try to give him back. But what I want to say, I did have to forgive him, not for him, but for me, because I would have been stuck in the same place if I did not learn how to forgive. And forgiveness is not for the other person; it's always for you. I want to leave you. There's so much to that story, but I don't want to. The point is, I want you to know that I had to learn what my self-worth is, and I want you guys to learn the same thing. And so I leave you with this. My queens and kings, you are the head and not the tail. You're fearfully made in God's image. Hold your head up high and speak your truth. But God is right there to see you through. Release the anger and the pain. You no longer have to feel the shame. For you are worthy. You are worthy of His grace. You are worthy to run this race. Never give up. Keep marching on. For God gave His only begotten Son. He died on the cross so that we may live a life of peace and joy fulfilled. You are worthy. Know who you are. Be your authentic self. Never let anyone beat you down with their words nor their hands. For their love for you, you cannot command. Forgive the ones who hurt or despitefully use you. Even when you think that you cannot stand, pull up, push forward, and with God you can. You owe it to yourself because you matter. Just block out the negative chatter. Know you are precious in His sight. Love God first and yourself with all your might because you are worthy. Thank you.
First, you did it. You can breathe.
Yes, thank you.
Exhale.
So
Listen. Oh my goodness. What a powerful testimony. And I try not to be choked because I try not to be choked up in this space. I ain't supposed to get choked up in this space. But for me, what resonates powerfully with me is that I know you. I don't know you personally in terms of the ins and outs of your family and your grandmama, granddaddy, that kind of knowing. But I know you. I know you in a professional sense, right? I know you in a social sense. And I think it's voices like yours, voices like mine that need to refuse to be silent even the more, because people look at us, people look at you and are like, oh, she's just like, her life is just perfect, right?
yeah.
I'm
Yes.
sure there are times when, because as I'm listening to you talk, I'm thinking, wait a minute, I knew her. Like, huh? What? Right?
Yes, exactly. And that's the hard part. That's the part that I had to try to keep up on the outside because that's what people expected when they didn't understand how it was hurting on the inside. And that just
Right.
made you feel so alone and the words can't even come out to describe that. And I know other people have felt that kind of way and trying to put up two fronts
Mm-hmm.
and then didn't even want to go home, because then all of that smile
Mm-hmm.
was going to just be turned upside down once I walked into that door.
Right. Listen, sis, I bless God for you. I bless God for your story. Um, every single day of this month has just been so enlightening for me. I'm sitting in this space. I'm trying to process right now, and there are little nuances that are like little light bulbs going off in my head. And I think it's important for us, especially as women, to remember that we all are human and we all live lives that nobody gets to see who don't live in the house. And I say that because I'm telling you, I'm processing right now. You all don't know. I don't know what any of the women are going to talk about other than the titles. I don't know. I'm listening fresh, just like everybody else. So I remember meeting you in the sorority space.
Mhm.
And I remember thinking, she's just not nice. Can I be transparent?
Oh yes,
I
B.
remember thinking like she ain't nice. And she don't never smile. She just business or whatever. I had these thoughts of like, now mind you, I didn't know you personally, but I'm
Mhm.
just thinking, She just another one of these, I don't want to have, I ain't, no, because I got real life going on and I'm not in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you came into the Speak Up Sis space, I can be very honest and say I was shocked. I was like, she want to come and speak up, sis? Let's come on. This is that space. This is that space. This is the transparency. We have got to get to this place. There are sorority sisters that I thought would come into the space, but you showed up, and I'm going, she don't speak up, sis. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's so put together, and she don't do this kind of stuff, right? And you just jumped in, and you converse, and you connect, and you talk. And I was like, I missed the mark somewhere. Like, you know what I'm
saying? That's the thing. That's what I'm saying, Angel. That's the thing that people expect you, and you're trying to hold up to the expectations of people, and you're hurting really because you just want to be free. You just want to be free. You want to be who you are. You want to be you want that to be okay.
Yes.
You want that to be okay just to be you.
I'm gonna tell you, this you, Regina, that I have met in the Speak Up Sis space. I love this, Regina. I'm telling you, your countenance is lighter. You smile. I see you smile. I see you engage. It's obvious that your life has shifted in a positive place, in a good place, in a warm place. And I say, bless God. I bless God. I thank God for you. I thank you for speaking up. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for sharing not only in because of what you said, but even in helping me to further understand we've got to be more careful how we handle people we don't know.
Right.
What we think about people we don't know. How we prejudge people we don't know. Speaking up and refusing to be silent is not just, it doesn't just help the person who's dealing with what you dealt with, but even in this moment, it has helped me to go, oh, you still prejudge. Mm-hmm. You still do these things. Right?
Yeah. And we do it all the time. I mean, that's why I always said, don't judge the book by its cover. And a lot of times when I've learned that people can put up a certain things, even though when you meet people, and like you say, it was me, like people always just tell me, why you don't smile? And I said, oh, it's just a Holloway thing. We don't smile. We just laugh, because I laugh all the time. I'm real silly. And when you really know me personally, a lot of I'm the funny girl, and people wouldn't see that on a normal basis, just looking at me. They were like, no, there's no way you're going to be, doing that. And one thing I used to do was like write music and write, everything was to music for me, music or poetry, or that was my thing. And that's how I got through things. And so I converted that into doing stuff in church, where I would speak in church with my poems, not like this, because I don't like to speak in front of people, but when I'm with my writing and what God has given me to say to people, then I'm like a whole different person. And I can let all of that go. And that journaling and all that stuff is just so powerful. Things that, I had to learn how to do, and to continue to do it. Now, all throughout school and all throughout, that's how I got through school, because I was really shy, and I'm still shy. And that's probably why people might think that I'm me, because I am shy. It's not because I'm mean. I'm good. If anybody knows me personally, they would tell you one thing about me: I'm dependable, and I'm the sweetest person they ever met, as far as would give you the shirt off their back. Right. And but you wouldn't know that if you never came into my space.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad that I get an opportunity to share space with you at this stage in our lives. I'm looking forward to hearing some of this music and poetry and all these things that you're writing. I don't know. Speak Up Sis has a way of you'll be doing all kind of stuff. You'll be like, I ain't know I was gonna be doing this stuff. I don't know. The Lord does what he wants to do in this space. But I thank you. I thank you for sharing. I appreciate your time, your story, and all that good stuff. Those of you who are connected to the Speak Up Sis community, I do believe this sister has some nuggets to share. So make sure you tap in as much as possible. And with that, I want to thank Valerie Champion once again, the owner and the host of Mama Goose Show. You can check out the Mama Goose Show on YouTube, hear real talk, straight up no chaser about life, love, motherhood, parenting, pain, spirituality, and simply getting through the trials and tribulations that are sure to come your way in life. She is always open for guests, and you can send an email to iammamagoose@gmail.com. It has been scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and you can also check her out on YouTube. And the link is in the post of this particular video. Thank you so much, Valerie, for sponsoring yesterday and today. I love you with the love of Jesus, and I appreciate you. We have a few more days. I think we have 2 more days that don't have a sponsor. If you would like to sponsor one of the days of this talk, please connect with us at contact@speakupsis.com, and we'll get you the information. With that, thank you again, Regina. I appreciate you. And we're out for the day. Make sure y'all join us back here tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time for day 28. We've got another amazing woman who's going to refuse to be silent. Y'all take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.